Hello dear students, welcome back. This question is from GATE 2016 exam and it's from the topic of DMA controller. Okay, let's read the statement, then we will find out its answer. The size of data count register of a DMA controller is 16 bits. The processor needs to transfer a file of 29154 KBs from the disk to main memory. The memory is byte addressable. The minimum number of times DMA controller needs to get the control of system bus from the processor to transfer the file from disk to main memory is. Okay. So I've drawn a diagram of DMA controller where I have represented only these two registers. There are multiple registers in DMA. We have seen maybe 2 or 3 registers in the theory lectures and we have seen a lot of these pins. I have drawn only 2 of the important ones here. The detailed diagram is available in theory lectures. Also, I have explained it in a great detail. What is the purpose of count register, address register and all that. Still, let's recap. If CPU wants to transfer some data, it will provide the address to DMA controller. For example, you need to transfer byte number 30, 31, 32, 33. You will provide this starting address of that block. Okay. Byte number 30, 31, 32 and 33. That means starting address is 30. Then you will provide the number of bytes that needs to be transferred. Starting from byte number 30, we need to transfer 3 bytes. Okay, so count register will contain 3. What is DMA going to do? It will just ask for the access to bus. That means CPU is always the bus master. But this will ask that I need to transfer some data. So I need the bus and CPU will grant the bus. DMA will request and CPU will grant the bus. Now DMA is in control of bus temporarily. What will it do? It will transfer 1 byte and decrement count. Count was 3, count becomes 2. It will again transfer a byte and decrement count. It will again transfer a byte and decrement count. Now after repeating this process for 3 times, count becomes 0. DMA will stop, release the buses and inform the CPU that data transfer was done successfully. Okay. Now you can guess that number of bytes that could be transferred in one go is limited by size of this register. They are saying size of this register is 2 raised to the power, it's 16 bits. So in one go you can transfer 2 raised to the power 16 bytes of data only. Okay, that means in one go you can transfer 64 KB data. 2 raised to the power 16 is 64 KB. Okay. In one go. And the file size is 29154 KBs. How many times will DMA take control of the bus? In one time you transfer 64. Total file size is this. How many times do we need to get the control? That will be total file size divided by 64. 29154 divided by 64 KB. Both of these will get cancelled. So your answer will be 29154 divided by 64. This is 455.53. Now just let's see what was the question. What are they actually asking? Minimum number of times DMA controller needs to get the control of bus. You are required to tell minimum number of times. How many times will DMA ask for the control of bus? That means 455 times we are sure it's going to ask for the control of bus. Now this remaining part, it represents some data which will be less than 64 KB. Okay, in 456th time, there is going to be some data which is less than 64 KB. Obviously, that time also it is going to ask for the bus. Na? That means we'll count it as 1. So we are going to take ceiling. Answer now becomes 456. And point doesn't make sense. Either it's going to ask or it's not going to ask. They're asking how many times, so that will be 456. I hope you got the reason of using this ceiling function here. If you didn't understand anything, please rewind it. Okay. Yeah, so one thing I forgot. These are all the registers that are present in DMA. Actually, DMA is a very complex circuit. There are a lot more than these also. Okay. These are some basic ones that you'll find on some websites and books, etc. So source address is from where you need to get the data. This is destination address where you are going to place the data. Temporary register, it's self-explanatory. Count register, we have seen it. Control register, it's a complex register when you need to transfer some control bits also. That means what needs to be performed and how it needs to be performed. That could be specified by the processor in this control register. Okay, you'll transfer a control word into this register. And this block length, it's rarely used. Okay, sometimes they call it block length, sometimes they call it the count register. Okay,